Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex here, and we're back for another video. And this is going to be a book review, which I think I've only done one book review so far. I'm someone who is an avid reader. I read a lot of books. I don't always have time to make a book review, but this is one book that I definitely wanted to get across because this is foundational. Um, sorry, this is foundational. It's when it comes to business, money, success, how you think about that is going to determine what actions you take or don't take, and is the reason why you are where you are today. So I think this book is foundational in terms of like a success philosophy that's going to help with your mindset when it comes to working in your business, earning more money, keeping it, growing it, that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is give you my best explanation of what I got out of the book. I've read it probably 3 to 4 times over my life. I return to it maybe, I don't know, whenever I feel like it. But it's a short book. Here it is. It's very, you can see it's thin, but it's very dense. Like almost every sentence I like highlight, you have to read through it. It's a great book. It's similar to Think and Grow Rich, which I'll probably do a book review on too. I think this one's even more foundational. This one should be read. This one's a little older. It was written about 100 years ago, maybe a little more, but it was written before Napoleon Hill. This is written by Wallace D Wattles. So a lot of what he says here, you'll find somewhat in Think and Grow Rich, but I like this book better. This one had more of an impact on me on the way I think about money and business and commerce. So let's get into it. I'm going to try to keep this short, but share some good ideas with you. This first section here is basically the science. It's a summary of the science, right? So these are some premises that you have to either accept or adopt or believe in for it to make sense for you. So basically, what he claims, and this is kind of like how to manifest, if you want to think of it that way. He seems like he's a pretty spiritual dude. I mean, didn't read much about him, but just from the book alone, it's kind of spiritual. So he says that we live in a thought universe. These are some premises you have to accept. So we live in a thought universe, meaning everything is energy, right? Everything is energy. And keep in mind, he's studied a lot of philosophy, epistemology, different fields within philosophy to uncover this science that he believes in will help you manifest. It doesn't have to be just riches. It's not just money. It's actually everything. It's health, wealth, love, happiness, basically body, mind, spirit, right? So how to get everything you want out of your life, not just money. Money is just the focus in this book. Um, but we live in a thought universe. Everything is energy, and thoughts become things, right? So everything has originated from thought. Anytime you see a skyscraper, anything that was man-made had to start in someone's mind. They first had to think it. They had to have the end in mind, and then create a plan and take action and bring that into the real world, right? So same thing with your vision. If you're watching this YouTube channel, you're most likely on a journey to create financial independence, a freedom for yourself within within real estate investing terms. Um, and yeah, that's your vision for your life. So this is very applicable to obtaining your own vision. So we as humans can form things in our thoughts, of course, and can cause that which what we think about to be created. So the most difficult task is recurring and consistent thoughts, right? And this is where practices like meditation come in, visualization, affirmation. What you're trying to do is have consistent thoughts so that the thing that you're thinking about can be created in the real world. All right, I might come back to this. Another important point, gratitude unifies basically the mind with God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. When you're grateful, it's as if it's already been created and it'll attract that much quicker. All right. So basically, how we communicate as people is with words, right? We use words, we use language, but all it is just sounds, right? It's just sounds. So the way the universe communicates with you, again, from the book, from different studies, is emotion, right? It's emotion. That's how you can communicate and basically uh, communicate what it is that you're trying to bring into reality, right? From your vision, from your thoughts. And gratitude is the is the unifying emotion that basically communicates, here's what I want, here's why, um, and helps manifest it that much quicker. Hope I explained that pretty well. What he recommends is to spend spend as much of your leisure time contemplating your vision. So you want to have a specific vision, 5, 10 years down the road, of exactly the kind of life you want to live, the person you want to be, everything that you can, and be specific as far as where it is you want to be 5, 10 years from now. What kind of business do you want to have? Where do you want to travel to? How often do you want to travel? What kind of family do you want? All everything. What kind of body do you want? What kind of person do you want to be like? And spend as much time as possible contemplating that and getting clear on that, and and act as if it's already been created. That's what gratitude is, right? When you're grateful for something, it's because you already know it's coming to you. It's real, right? Even though it's maybe you can't see it physically in the physical world yet, but you can see it in here, right? So spend a lot of time creating and contemplating a specific vision of what you want. Now, what you want, and here's where, like, so all this right here is basically The Secret, right? If you've seen the Secret, the documentary, it's thoughts become things, feelings. If you want it bad enough, it'll come to you. Desire, all that stuff. But that's where it ends, right? That's where it ends. And he says that's where basically people meet shipwreck, right? They come up with a great vision. They believe in it. They even whatever, but they don't focus on the action, right? So he says what you want will come to you in the form of trade or commerce. It's going to come from other people, right? And if we're talking about money, who has money? It's other people have money, right? So what you have to do is exchange something of value in exchange for their money. And it has to be worth 10 times more than the money that they have. So what you have of value, since it's not money, it's something tangible or intangible, right? If it's a service, what you want is going to come to you in the form of trade and commerce. It's going to come from other people, all right? So this is going to include some skill sets, which doesn't go into the book, as far as sales, communication, marketing. These are skill sets, because everything that's going to come to you is going to come in the form of trade and commerce. And you must be active, right? Because it's the action that builds. Think about this. Think about where you start is where you are now, and then to get to where you want to go, you have to build a bridge to get there, right? And it's in your daily actions is what builds the bridge to get to your vision, right? So it's through action. And by thought, the thing that you want is being brought to you, right? It's being brought to you, but by action is how you receive it, because that's how you build it, right? If you don't take any action, the build's never going to be built. The bridge is never going to be built. You have to take daily action until you get to the other side, where you reach your vision. That's how I see it. You mentioned there's never a good excuse not to act now. So if you're not taking action today, this week, if you're not taking action, there's never a good excuse not to. So you always have to consistently take action. And this is something that I work on myself. It's a good reminder. So if you want to take efficient action, now what does efficient action mean? It's basically every act that you take, whether it's seller calls, whatever action you're taking, can be made strong and efficient by holding your vision while you are doing it. All right. And therefore, you're putting the whole power of your faith and purpose into it. So let's say you're working out at the gym, right? And you have an ideal body that you want to look like. Well, while you're lifting, right? While you're about to get into that set, you imagine that person you want to be like. And by you taking that action, you're getting that much closer to it. That's what efficient action means to me, right? So just keep that in mind. You don't only want to take action, but you want to hold the vision while you're in the action, and basically says that speeds up the process as well. So I'm not sure if I did a great job explaining the science of it, but that's basically a brief summary of the actual step-by-step science behind it. And I had some other ideas that I got from the book that I thought might be helpful. Well, they were helpful to me. And one of the ideas is that the poor don't need charity. What they need is inspiration. Now, my background is I'm half Guatemalan, I'm half Puerto Rican. I've been to Guatemala. Guatemala is a third world country, it's very poor. And I believe that third world countries of people that don't even have clean drinking water, they do need charity, right? They do need help if they can't help themselves, if there's no clean drinking water. There's time and place for it. But if you're in the Western world, if you're in United States, UK, Western Europe, if you're watching this video, basically, you don't charity might not help you, right? Charity probably handcuff you, it'll cripple you, right? Because you'll always be dependent on that charity, whether it's your parents giving you money, your parents paying your cell phone bill, whatever the case may be. What you need to get you out of your rut and to help you become rich, not just financially, but in all areas of your life, what you need is inspiration. You want, what did I write here? If you want to help the poor demonstrate, if you want to help the poor, demonstrate to them that they can become rich. And what you do is you prove it by getting rich yourself, right? So this statement here had a big impact on me. So you can help others more by making the most of yourself than in any other way. Think about that. Let that resonate with you, right? Because people might see this as selfish, right? And not selfless. But the truth is, the only reason why I'm on the path that I'm on is because I've seen examples. I've seen other people prove that an extraordinary life is possible, whether it's financial freedom, right? In terms of this business, like you literally can have it all, right? And there's people out there who are examples of that. And because they're an example of that, it creates inspiration for you to want to take action and be an inspiration for others. All right? So you can help others more by making the most of yourself, right? Focus on you. Focus on making your dreams come to reality. And that's the best way that you can actually help other people, right? Because now that let's say you reach your vision and you actually have money now. What a concept. You can now give something that you didn't have before. How can you help the poor who might need charity? Like I said, there's a time and place for charity. How can you help them if you don't have any money? Sure, you can dedicate your time, but what they really need is clean drinking water, which takes money, right? Or other things, other material things, right? Which are important for them to have food, shelter, clothing, and you can only do that with money. Okay? So when you have money, you can actually help more people. And not only that, you can inspire people, right? You inspire them out of their rut because they believe that it's now possible for them because they see you, right? I'm a firm believer by me making the most of myself, everyone around me is going to benefit. My family's going to benefit. My friends are going to benefit. The world's going to benefit, So you have to believe that. It makes you go all in on you and not think of it like you're being selfish. Instead, you're being selfless. So this is a good idea. This is a big idea. You can help others more by making the most of yourself than in any other way. Let me know what you think about that one in the comment section. Rich, as I shared earlier, doesn't just mean money. It means holistically, right? I'm not sure if you're familiar with the concept of a life book, but there's 12 categories of life in that. And if you want to break it down into 3, it's mind, body, spirit. But you want to be rich in all areas of your life. You want a well-rounded life, right? In relationships, in your body, in your mindset, spiritually, emotionally. You want to have a quality character. You want nice environments around you. Everything. You want everything that life has to offer. You want to be a good example so that other people can do the same, right? And that's how you make the most of your life here. So I love this quote right here that's in the book as well. I'm gonna read it. So you want to get rich in order that you may eat, drink, and be merry when it's time to do these things, in order that you may surround yourself with beautiful things, see distant lands, right? Travel, feed your mind and develop your intellect. You need time to read books, right? In order that you may love men and women and do kind things and be able to play a good part in helping the world find truth, right? Help expand, help increase consciousness in the world. So I love this definition of why you want to get rich. Being rich is not selfish. You're actually helping the world essentially, because you can either give to people who need charity, or you can give inspiration to people who need inspiration, right? So anyways, that's what I got, main points I wanted to come across in this book. I'm going on 15 minutes now. There's a lot more in this. Again, this is dense, guys. This is a dense book. There's a lot in this that I left out. I can't go into everything, but I wanted to give you a summary, a recap of the actual science and some other important ideals that I thought were important. And hopefully you'll read the book yourself. It's a really short read. It's not going to take you long at all, maybe an hour and a half. I would just go one chapter a day until you're done, because if you read everything, I mean, maybe read the whole thing and then go back and go through each chapter and let it sink in, right? It's really going to help with your mindset when it comes to the psychology of wealth and earning an income and building an amazing life and creating what it is that you want, right? Making your vision a reality. That's it. That's all I had for this book, Science of Getting Rich, Wallace D Wattles. It's a great read. It's foundational. Hope this video was helpful, guys. And I'm going to start doing more of these book reviews that I think are relevant to this channel, or that I think will just help in general. And I guess we'll end it here. All right. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Look out for future videos.